Hello all, I'm Sai and you're watching The Book Dragon. In today's video, I'm going to bring to you a book tag, and the book tag that I'm going to do today is the Unpopular Opinions book tag. And this is going to be a bit different because I'm going to get out all my bad thoughts on books that I don't like in this video. So it's going to be a bit more fun to watch. So let's get started with the video. There are totally 9 questions in the tag, and I'll also try to link down the original video if it still exists in the description. And let's get started. Question number one: a popular book or series that you don't like. I'm going to go straight out with The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F by Mark Manson. I I'm not speaking about this book even without trying it because I started listening to the audiobook and I ended up just not liking it within like 10 to 20 minutes of the book because he just uses a lot of cuss words and cussing throughout in the book, and itself made me a lot uncomfortable to read the book or to listen to the audio, and I'll not be reading it for sure. Let's see what's going to happen. Question number two: a book or series that many people don't like but you love. I'm going to go with the Grisha trilogy by Lee Bardugo because when it came out, the series was so hugely famous because it had all the tropes and it was so classical. Even now, it is very classical. If you ask me, it is one of the best starting points for fantasy to get into, and the world is also very beautiful. But nowadays, people don't like that style of writing. They have to keep in mind that it was written nearly 10 years ago from now, and it must be considered because it's a very good series and most people don't like it. So I'm going to go with the Grisha trilogy by Lee Bardugo. Question number three: a love triangle where the main character ended up with the person you didn't want them to end up with, or an OTP that you don't like. Now, this is a very obvious answer for me because the answer is the coupling of Katniss and Peeta at the end of the Hunger Games series because it is one of the worst pairings I've ever seen. Because at the end of the book, I was feeling like, why the hell did I even read this last book in the series? Because it was such a cringy thing for me to see because Gale and Katniss together made a very good couple, but these two, I was like so irritated on just seeing them. So that's the answer for this question. Question number four: a popular genre that you hardly reach for. This is also a very controversial pick for me because the popular genre which I don't usually go for in books is romance because uh, romance books are usually the same story put out in with different characters and different names in a different setup. That's all that we see in romance, and it's mostly set up in the real world. And I don't like reading stories that are set up in the real world because they cannot be read at any time. Most books. If I have to say, because the world keeps changing, right? So if you write something in the real world, I don't like reading that to such an extent like that. So the most popular genre that I hardly go towards is romance. Question number five: a popular or beloved character that you don't like. With Afraid, because this is a character which many people adore and many people just love. And the character that I'm going to say is Jon Snow from A Song of Ice and Fire, because I know that he's very well layered and he helps all the characters in the stories in many ways, and he also has a great character arc. But I don't know why I didn't like him even from the beginning of the story until the books that are out now, or even I didn't like him throughout the show. If you ask me, I liked certain parts of Jon Snow, which were like very much good. It showed him like a hero, but I didn't like Jon Snow. That's the answer for this question because he's a very loved character, but I like Daenerys more compared to Jon Snow because she is the dragon's daughter and she is the heir of the and heir to the Iron Throne. But when Jon Snow comes in, everything just changes tracks, right? So I don't like Jon Snow. That's the short answer for this question. I'm going to receive a lot of hate for this, but I don't like Jon Snow. That's the answer for this question. Just stay until the end of the video because there's a huge blooper that happened while shooting this video. So if you want to get that, watch the video until the end because you're going to laugh at this for sure. Question number six: an author that you can't seem to get into. Now, the honest answer for this question is that I don't feel any author like that because I'm very choosy with the books that I read, and I consider the time that I provide for reading very much. So I don't try very hard to get into authors who are just famous. So there's no particular answer for this question because that's what it is. Because I don't feel that I find it difficult to get into an author's writing. Question number 7. A popular book trope you're tired of seeing. Now, I can say that this trope makes almost everyone who reads book very much tired. And the trope that that I'm speaking about is the love triangle trope because we can see that it is not at all natural. We don't see it in the real world, or we don't see it actually happening to people. So that is one of the tropes which I don't like at all because love triangles are not realistic to see, even though they are set up in a fictional world and the characters are fictional. Uh, Love triangle, it doesn't seem logical at all at any instant for me. Question number 8. A popular book or series you have no interest in reading. A popular series that I have no interest in reading is the Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard. Now, I know that there are many fans for the series as well as many haters. I don't want to get into either of the two categories because that story of Red Queen or the hierarchy that is present in the story is not something which appeals to me. So I'll not be reading that series for sure, and I'm not attracted for that famous series, which is Red Queen. The last question, question number 9. The saying goes that the book is always better than the movie. True, but what movie or TV show adaptation is better than the book? Now, if you ask me, this is also a controversial pick, which is Game of Thrones. I've read the 5 books that are out until now, and the story or the show progressed in a very good way until the end of those 5 books, and I liked it very much. So, if you want to get into Game of Thrones or reading A Song of Ice and Fire, go for the TV show first because it gives a very good idea of the world for you before getting into the books. So, that's my favorite thing which I liked in a show or a movie that was adapted from books, and the show seemed a bit better for me compared to the books. That is all for today, and I want to say this at the end of this video because uh, all the answers for these questions were just my personal opinions, and uh, I don't want to hurt others' feelings just by saying bad things about the characters of books that they love and I don't love at all. And if you feel that it was wrong, I'm so sorry for doing so. And this is the end of the video. If you liked or enjoyed watching the video, do give it a thumbs up and also share it to your friends, and also subscribe to my channel in order to get more content from me. Thanks for watching, and also wait for that blooper at the end after this done. Throughout in the book, and itself made me a lot uncomfortable to read the book or to listen to the audio, and I'll not be reading it for sure. Let's see what's going to happen. That is the most popular book that I don't like.